Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Journey to Purpose. With me today I have the fabulous Beth. Beth is the CEO and founder of Resilient Stars Marketing and also the host of Beth Talks RSM podcast show. Beth, thank you so much for coming here.
Well, thank you, Philippa, for inviting me. I'm excited to have this conversation with you.
Brilliant. First really easy question, where in the world are you?
I am in North Carolina, USA.
Perfect. I think I've been there. Does North Carolina have like the Olympic water park thing where you can do whitewater rafting? Is that North
Oh,
Carolina?
yes. Yeah. We have,
Yeah.
it's 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, there we go. I went there. I was based in Georgia with the army. We went up there for a day trip once. So there you go. It's
Very cool.
my only North Carolina experience at the moment, but it was good. so Resilient Stars Marketing, that is quite an unusual name. So can we just talk about, what is it and why the resilience is so important and because of your personal journey?
Well, sure. I just to give you a little back history on me. A mother of 3 adult children, a mother to 3 little cute grandbabies.
You don't look old enough.
Thank you. My journey really started back in 2005, I guess, when I was a single mom. I went to Iraq with the North Carolina Army National Guard when we were deployed, and I was with a construction company and we operated heavy equipment. One of the things that we did while we were not traveling in Iraq, we would haul trash to the burn pits. And so the burn pits is where I ended up getting ovarian cancer. Of course, I didn't know it till much later. My first diagnosis was in 2018 when I was rushed to the ER. I had no idea what was happening with major stomach pain that had lasted for a couple of days. Long story short, I had an emergency surgery that night, and it was determined that it was ovarian cancer. So I lost my first ovary. And then I followed up with an oncologist just to be on the safe side after that. And on my 5th year, 2023, I was diagnosed the second time with ovarian cancer. And this time it was in my other ovary and it had spread to other parts of my body. So I had to go in for surgery right away. And then following the surgeries, I went through chemotherapy and it ended chemotherapy April 2025. And then I started posting. I took my online digital marketing company and rebranded, relaunched it, and started reposting to my YouTube channel, which is Beth Talks RSM, where I could share all the things that helped shape my life for the better, including my cancer story and the story about me losing my hair. So the resilience in Resilient Stars Marketing is all about being resilient and going through tough changes and challenges in life and strengthening our resilience from within through our experience.
And you have buckets of that. And I have to say, on your website, there's a gorgeous photo of you with no hair. But it's stunning. It really is. And I think people who go through cancer, particularly for women, hair can be such a big thing. But that photo, I was blown away by just how radiant you looked in it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think the hair loss was even more scary for me than getting diagnosed with cancer, which sounds crazy because cancer can actually kill you. The hair loss was a really tough part of it for me. But I learned to embrace it. And that's why I encompass the word resilient, because, we go through things that we have no control over. And resilience is key in accepting those things we cannot control.
Definitely. And obviously you've had quite a career prior to this point to build resilience. So National Guard, Iraq. I mean, I did British Army, Afghanistan. These are all character building experiences. But they don't prepare you for something like cancer. They can't. Nothing can, right? It's such a shock. But I'm interested with sort of the emotional journey you went through when you realized that the ovarian cancer could have been caused by this work that you did in Iraq, burning all those chemicals. And, what was that journey like for you to realize that this was perhaps something that might not have ever happened to you had you not done the job that you'd done?
Yeah. And at first I went through a process where I was really angry about that. And I wanted to sue them for being irresponsible. And I wanted to get back at somebody. because, here in the US, we have safety regulations. So, every company in the US has to be inspected and make sure that their place of work is safe for the employees. But we're military, we're soldiers. We were supposed to be the front line for protection, but we were not protected. So it made me angry for a long time. The thought of, how could they be so irresponsible? And they claim to have been in Iraq for Iraqi freedom to free people, but they didn't have care for safety in that process. So it made me question really what was the motivation for all that.
I can imagine. At what point did you kind of find acceptance, I guess, of the situation?
Because I've gone through a lot of trials and childhood trauma and, just a lot of different difficulties in my life, I think have made me like at first initial news of having cancer, not only having cancer, but it being someone else's neglect that caused it. I can't change that. So, and all the things that I've gone through in life have taught me that, um, it's okay to be angry when something happens in your life that you can't control. And it's okay to go through all the negative emotions. But at some point, you have to just buckle up and say, that's not something I can control. But what I can do is control my perspective and my view of it. I can either play the victim and feel sorry for myself and continue feeling angry, or I can let it go and say, you know what, this happened for a reason and this was part of my plan. And so I just cling on to purpose for my future. And so regardless of what happens on our outside world, if you always know that the plan is bigger than you really think you are, then all the little ups and downs along the way, the bumps in the road, don't affect you so much. After a little while, you learn to just brush it off your shoulder and keep moving. And it's what you have to do.
I love that. I think there's two things there. One is when the plan is bigger than you. And I think that's recognizing that we are just part of a big world and bad stuff happens. But also, I think the other thing of what I'd say in the UK is putting on your big girl pants. Like we just have to get on with life. And anger keeps you stuck
Yeah,
ultimately.
absolutely. Because when you're hanging on to negative emotions, whether you say you've released it or not, if any of that's still resisting healing, then it's going to cause more disease. I can't remember. I heard this on a famous podcaster's thing. I can't remember who it is. I apologize, but said, how does it go? I lost my track of thought now.
It'll come back.
It'll come back to me in a minute, but basically let go of the things you cannot control so they can't control you. And disease, dis-ease. It's a dis-ease with what you have inside that cause disease.
Nice.
So you have to kind of let things go in order to let things renew and rejuvenate inside your body.
Yeah.
So a disease is actually been scientifically proven to be attached with our emotional responses. So the more we could be an outside observer to our life and our outside situation and just observe those things from an outside perspective, then it makes it so that you have less emotional response to it and you can let things go easier.
Yeah. There's a great book that I love called The Body Keeps the Score. And it's by a doctor whose name I can't remember either, but part of my therapy training I had to read it and sort of absorb it, and it talks about that very thing. The physiological is affected by the psychological, and that is our emotions fundamentally. And there's a number of people I know who have these chronic illnesses, and you sit there wondering, is there an emotional thing that we just need to get to the bottom of? Like, if we could release that, could we release the illness? And I think after a certain point, I suspect that when you've been sitting in pain for so long, it kind of becomes the norm. So it's not as easy as going, well, hey, just be happy now, you'll be fixed.
Yeah, that don't work.
Sadly, wouldn't that be great? But
Yeah.
if over time we can learn to let go, and then maybe over time our body will heal itself as well. I mean, it's a fascinating area, and obviously one that you have embraced from the point of view of going, I've just gotta get on and move on with it.
Yeah.
With with the work you do now then, so to go from National Guard, to go from the cancer into your markets, back into your marketing agency, what is it about marketing that you enjoy doing? I mean, why did you go back into that field?
Well, I did a crazy thing at 45. I went back to college because I wanted to get a degree, and I chose IT because it has so many different facets. And I wanted to kind of explore what I liked because technology is our future, whether we like it or not. Whatever career we're moving into, it's going to have something to do with technology. So I knew that, and choosing to go into IT at college, I was able to kind of explore all the different uh, facets of IT. And I fell in love with digital marketing because of the creative nature of it. I love organizing things and bringing together creative ideas into something that actually has life online. I love being able to create videos and content, and I love writing. All that kind of stuff is stuff that is just fun for me to do. And that was my goal. I've been working on entrepreneurship for several years. My goal is ultimately always to find something that I really enjoy doing, something that doesn't feel like uh, the dreaded work, something that I could find financial freedom in no matter where I lived in the world, and to be able to teach that to other people. And digital marketing just hit all those points.
That's wonderful. And as someone, I don't, obviously, as an entrepreneur, I have to do we have to have marketing, don't we? It's such a crucial thing. But I do think, for me at least, there's a stigma because it's probably similar to you, didn't grow up with the tech. I retrained at 38. I'm now in my 40s. And so I always feel like I'm one step behind with marketing. Like, I don't use TikTok still. I've only just got my head around Instagram. It's really, things like what I really, yeah. But what I admire about you is you've gone, I get it, it's the future. Let's learn it. And you found your thing in that space.
Yeah. And that's what I talk a lot about that on my YouTube channel, is that it's, everybody has a special skill. But I learned that when I first left the paycheck world and delve into what is entrepreneurship, I learned that it's more mindset than a career choice. So I talk about choosing something that you really love, because when you are an entrepreneur, you have to be married to that. You have to embody it. You have to completely embody what your vision is for your company. And if you choose something that you're really not into, you're not going to be successful in that job or that business or whatever it is. So when it comes to entrepreneurship, you're looking for something to thrive in that works for you, and that's different for everybody. So you just have to dive into knowledge and learn a little bit of everything before you can decide what's your favorite skill set.
Definitely. And I think I was at a business retreat in September, just gone in Spain, and we had some billionaires there. I don't know them personally, sadly, but I remember two things about that experience. One is they were still working, but they loved what they were doing, right? And the second was my realization that I'm probably never going to stop working because I enjoy work, but also there's so much uncertainty in the world, and there's a drive for me to have purpose. So whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to be working. But the crucial point that you made, though, is it work if you enjoy it? And that's that old philosophical debate: is if I enjoy it, is it work? I mean, I don't know the answer, but I know if I enjoy it, it's going to feel less miserable than sitting in an office being chained to a desk, which is what I used to do.
Yeah. And if you enjoy it, other people are going to resonate with that and enjoy it too. But if there's no fun and thrill in what you're doing, then nobody else is going to feel that from you.
Absolutely. With your agency, then, do you have special niches that you work with?
Well, you could think of it as either a buffet board or a place to learn. So it's either go fishing for the specific marketing needs you need and customize and pick and choose to save you time, or learn from us and learn what process there is to make your life a lot easier, brand your company. And there's so many AI tools now that you can take a marketing task that used to take 4 hours now takes 20 minutes, and you can automate a lot of that. So I much rather teach people how to fish so they can eat for a lifetime than to do the fishing for them. But we can work with both.
I love that. So with the AI side of things, I'm guessing you're kind of all for it. I hear both arguments. I think it's a great tool. What's your take on how much you can do AI and how much, you have to have that human element too? Can you hand it all over to AI, do you think, at the
I,
moment?
I think AI is going to be amazing. It's probably going to be the fastest evolution in human history because the knowledge is so overwhelming. Like, it's more knowledge we have access to our fingertips now than humans have ever experience. I think AI is going to be the majority of that is going to take such a majority of precedence over our lifestyles. It's unavoidable. At this point, we have to embrace AI. But, just like with everything, AI can go in a wrong direction, or it can go in a good direction. So it's important for those who are using AI to add value to the world. It's important for those to gain the knowledge about AI and what it can do for you and your company and how it can save time. Because I really think that we all are capable and we can come together and make AI so great for humanity. But it's going to take people that are brave enough to learn about it. Because if you're scared about something, then you're not going to learn about it. And the more knowledge we gain over AI, the more we can use it to our advantage. And I think marketing, especially, you're not going to be able to stay ahead in any business without using AI tools for marketing.
Interesting. What do you think makes a good brand stand out? Like, we're always told, like, be a blue ocean in a red sea or something, or a red sea in a blue, I don't know. I get confused. Be a different color in a different color. But what,
Yeah.
what to you are you looking for with branding? What do you think this is a good solid brand?
Well, I think with branding, the biggest thing is consistency. And I think that's the hardest thing, especially for new companies. Branding is something that you can, it's something that has to be incorporated into every little aspect of the business, and it has to be visually encompassing your values in your business. It can't be too complex. Simple is always better when it comes to marketing. Consistency between platforms has to be very clear. You can't be on YouTube with a certain brand and image and message and then go to, say, LinkedIn and have a completely different brand and image and message. Consistency is the biggest key. Simplistic and consistent, and then that's a good foundation for a start.
With your company, is there a vision of where you want to take it or who you want to reach?
Yes. So what I'm looking at to do is Resilient Stars marketing is the bread and butter. To help make ends meet, help support other entrepreneurs, and give value to the world for money. But my ultimate objective is my nonprofit organization. My marketing company is established to be able to have a foundational support for the funding of my nonprofit, which is called Resilient Starts, STARTS. And Resilient Starts is a nonprofit for trafficking survivors, people who have been traumatized by human trafficking. And it's a really difficult thing for them to reintegrate and just go get jobs like normal people. Because of the trauma, it's really hard for them to associate in society after that trauma. So I have put together a lot of different resources so that we could create one platform resource for people who are trying to build financial stability and financial freedom by using their talents online to create businesses, and that could be any kind of business, but we'll have coaching available. We'll have resources to start different companies, and we'll have a coaching and mentorship program that's available to help get people going and help coach them step by step so they have a good foundation started and they can start building a life online to support themselves.
That's an amazing nonprofit. What got you into trafficking?
Well, I've been affected by childhood sexual trauma myself. It's part of my story. Over the years, there's a lot of family members and friends who have also been traumatized by that. But really, what really seeded or solidified the idea to do a nonprofit for survivors is the movie I watched. It came out a couple of years ago.
I think I want to say like
What
Underground Railroad, but it's not. Something Railroad.
I
Something.
did
I
a
think.
video.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just went blank. I'll have to get the title
Yeah.
back out to you.
I
But
feel like I've seen it, or like I've seen the like it being advertised. It's quite big in
or
America, wasn't it?
yeah, it was huge here, but mainstream media was trying to keep it off, you know, off of mainstream marketing. It was a story about these two kids that got human trafficked, and it was a big rescue mission to go and find them and get them. And it was just such a moving, impactful story, and it made me feel like, because we've always known this is an issue, human trafficking, right? Kids have been disappearing for centuries without a trace, but now I feel like we're able to talk about it openly. And the more we bring awareness to it, it's going to cause more people on the lookout for human trafficking situations. The reason why I think human trafficking has become such a huge industry is because society has told us, oh, well, that's something you don't talk about. There's nothing we could do about that. So just kind of shove it under the rug. We don't talk about it. But now more and more people are talking about it. There's more and more children getting saved from all these atrocities, and more is being discovered. So we can bring it to the surface, deal with it. Cockroaches don't hide in the light. So the more light you shed on something, the less power it has.
Yeah. That's amazing. And again, it's just I think a testament to your own resilience of turning your own story around, finding a cause bigger than yourself and throwing yourself into it. It's really, amazing. So thank you for the
Oh,
work you do.
thank you. Thank you. And you too. We have a lot in common. The first time I chatted with you, I was like, oh, I totally get you. You're on my vibe. You're on my vibe.
Definitely. It's the right kind of crazy is what you're trying to say. I appreciate that as well. So what's next for you? Actually, we haven't talked about your YouTube channel. So obviously you're doing training and support on there, but does that have a particular focus as well for your business or for your nonprofit?
Well, I do talk a little bit about everything on my YouTube channel. It was really a means to share everything that helped shape my life for the better. I have interviewed several people, other entrepreneurs online who are either cancer survivors or coaches or doing something to help support people online, building businesses and financial freedom and that kind of thing. So I do a lot of podcast interviews. And as of late, at January 11th, 2025, I decided to do a challenge to myself and doing a live series, doing a live every single day.
Wow.
Because I'd never done live on YouTube and I wanted to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So with this challenge, I've done TikTok and YouTube. And that was really kind of doing a marketing experiment between the two platforms to see the difference in growth, which TikTok in numbers has blown me away. But
Really?
I better conversations and better connections with the smaller number I see on YouTube. So
Right.
that has been really interesting. But today was day 28. had some technical issues. It didn't work out very good. But, some days you have technical issues and some days it just works out and it's supposed to be. So that's been the latest and greatest news on my YouTube channel, which it has been very fun and interesting, but it's been very challenging too, because, when you get up on live, you need to have a good high vibration or people aren't even going to resonate with you, but you just don't feel good every day. And sometimes things happen that you don't expect that really just kind of knocks you off your emotional balance. So it's been interesting having to do my challenge to myself, even on days that I don't feel like it. And that has been a big growth thing for me. So I'm glad I did it.
Again, though, it just lends to your character around resilience and building resilience. How long are you going to do this for? Are you going to keep going indefinitely?
Well, I said I was going to do it for 30 days. I have 2 more days left. It's actually taken me 32 days to do 30 days alive, because there was a couple of days that I just couldn't get myself together. But um, I'll at least do my lives another 2 days. And at the end of it, I'm thinking, because I have fallen behind on some other things, I need to balance myself out. So after this, I'll probably do live maybe once or twice a week so I could work on other things too in between. But it's been unusual kind of experiment, but I'm glad I did it.
No, I do find, it's consistency, isn't it? And I guess from a marketing point of view, you'll get this. I'm always told, like, the thing is about social media, at least, is be consistent. And that consistency can be, what, 3 times a week, 7 days a week, 1 day a week, as long as you are consistent with that. But it's whenever I'm still working for the balance myself, and trying to figure out what does good look like. But I don't think I've ever done, well, I've definitely never done a 30-day live challenge, and I probably ought to at some point, for the same reasons that you have, just to be uncomfortable and see where it goes.
Yeah. And I went into it with zero expectation. I really just wanted to do it, one, for the marketing experiment with the numbers, and two, to challenge myself to be there every single day and show up when I didn't feel like it. And I'm pretty proud of myself. I've only missed 2 days in that.
No,
So
that's pretty awesome. Have you got a favorite social media channel, or even just a favorite marketing outlet?
I tell you, I have a few favorite AI tools that of course, Chat GPT. I've named Charlie. Charlie helps
Nice.
me with everything. Even ideas on days that you can't think, and you're trying to create a project and you're like, I don't know where to go next. Chat GPT is awesome at helping you, just give you ideas on what to do next. So that's one of my favorite tools, that and Canva. And I have a automated platform that's actually a free marketing tool. I could share that with you at some point. I can't remember the name of it, but it's completely free. You can go in and ask AI to explain what your marketing campaign is supposed to focus on for the next 30 days, and it will automatically generate 30 days of posts for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's totally free. So once I'm done with this live challenge, probably in the next couple of weeks or so, I will probably do a long form video on that AI tool and just kind of walk through my process of how I create videos and content and do my social planning. So it's hard not to beat yourself up for things taking longer, but we live an instant gratification kind of world. So it's hard to say, I know I've made progress today, but I don't feel it. And we beat ourselves up because things are not going as fast as we want them to. But we have to remind ourselves, Rome was not built in a day. And neither were we. It took 9 months for us to be created strong enough that we can live and breathe in this world. So creating a business, it takes a long time, and you have to be patient with yourself.
I love that. And my dad said to me something when I was very younger that I didn't understand back then, but it was that everything costs more and takes longer. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, everything costs more and takes longer. This is just life. And you accept that, and you can kind of start to relax and go, okay, it is just a journey.
Exactly. Like you're not living for the end goal, you're living for today. And so you got to do something today to be in the present moment. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're just trying to ignore your whole life and live in the future. And the future will never be there if you don't live today.
One of my therapy mentors when I was training, he was one of the original NLP kind of founders. I can't speak today. And he would always say, there's no time but now, and now, and now. Just to kind of get to the point is we spend so much time looking past and going, oh, if only I hadn't done this, or remembering good times as well. And then we spend all this time worrying about the future. But of course, the only time we are in is now. So,
Mhm.
yes, we can do things to prepare ourselves for the future, but the future may not come, which is a depressing thing to think about. But the only thing we can control is the present state that we are in this moment in time, which is, again, I
Mhm.
think something you embody so well with everything you've done is just step by step, one step at a time, moving forward in the now.
Yeah, and that's another positive side to doing my live challenge, because on those hard days when I didn't show up, it taught me a big lesson and living in the present,
Mm.
because those days that I wasn't emotionally feeling good enough to be online, those are days where I needed to recharge my battery. And I have to be okay with, hey, you're not going to be 100% every day. And I could still finish this live challenge. It's 30 days of live. I never said I had to do it in 30 days. So sometimes we forget to give ourselves a break and know
Mm,
that, we're living in the present now. And right now, I need time for myself,
definitely.
regardless of what I'm trying to build for the future. So right now, you need you.
Definitely. I love that. And again, being kind to yourself goes back to what you said at the very start around letting go of those negative emotions, letting go of all the things that don't serve you, and just recognizing that it's okay to take as long as you need, or take the breaks, or do whatever you need to do just to be you. It's super important that we do that.
Exactly, because there's the only timeline there is our own, and we put that on ourselves. So, and if you wait to be happy for, I'm going to be happy when XYZ happens,
Mm, yeah,
well, then you're never going to be happy. You're always putting your happiness on some other condition that doesn't exist right now. So you could choose to be happy in this moment, even if your outside world doesn't seem like it's going so good. So
100%. It's something that people forget, but I love, again, everything that you've done with your life, and embracing the moment is just perfect. Beth, if people want to find you, how can they find you?
Of course, they can visit me on my YouTube channel, which is Beth Talks RSM. I'm also on LinkedIn under Beth Hildbrand. I also have my website, Resilient Stars Marketing / Graphy, GRAPHY.com. That's resilientstarsgraphy.com. And you can always send me a message to my email as well, Beth@resilientstarsmarketing.com. So yeah, reach out, find me. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, all the things. X.
All of the things. I'll put all those links in the show notes. Thank you. It's been really great talking to you. I'm so impressed with everything you've been doing, and I'm really excited to see what comes next for you. But I'm also excited to hear that AI video you're going to do on your YouTube channel. I'll check that out when it
Yeah.
comes out as well.
Yeah, awesome. I'll do a tutorial soon, and I'd love to have you on my show as well, to share your story and what you're doing for the world. So maybe we can work on that next.
Absolutely, it's a plan. Beth, thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Philippa. I hope you have a great day, and I'm so glad I met you.
Me
Let's stay
too.
in touch. Now, we'll talk soon on my channel.
Perfect. Bye for now.